I'm not really sure what Monken's philosophy in close game situations becomes, because a lot of times it seems that his game calling becomes questionable too in the more desperate, what you might call, situations, specifically when it comes to having Henry in the lineup or not. How many times have we seen where the Ravens were in must move the ball situations, must get significant yardage, even if they were in a goal line situation? How many times have we seen where Derrick Henry is sitting on the bench, where they don't even put him in the game as a potential threat to run the ball? That aspect of play calling, again, I don't understand. I think sometimes if you try to get too cute, you fool your own self. You put yourself in a situation where, you know what, I'm so slick, I didn't trip my own self up trying to fool somebody else, when really what you need to do is get down to the basics and execute. And I think everyone on this team has lost that quality. When the stress builds and when the moment is big, the execution falls apart. Zay Flowers, who we know can catch a ball, look at the catches he made when the pressure wasn't so big. I mean, the dude's getting hit, get somersaulting, flipping, stickies. But when the pressure got big, he looked just like Mark Andrews in the playoffs. Suddenly, these don't work. Suddenly, I can't hold on to the ball. That is a recurring theme for these Baltimore Ravens, and it is costing them time and time again. Now, we see that. There's no question about that. Here's the real question. How do you fix that? How do you fix it? It's not a player problem. We already addressed that. Because if it was a player problem, it would be Andrews, or it would be Henry, or it would be Zay Flowers, or it would be Bateman. It's all of these guys who just so happen to play on the same team, who for whatever reason, when the pressure builds, the play falls. Oh, how could I leave them off? It would be the defense. But if it's the defense and the offense, if it's Andrews and Bateman and Likely, it's a culture problem. And in my experience, when it comes to organizations, when a organization shows a symptom that is detrimental to performance, you start at the head. You start at the head. And that's why all attention, deservedly, is going to be going to John Harbaugh. Now, we were talking about Nick Wright and some of the crazy things he said earlier this week. One of the things he mentioned, I don't know if you guys listened to the snippet that was in our pregame episode, where he was talking about that craziness about Lamar not being mature because he gets sick in flu season. But something Nick said, he sprinkled in there, I don't know if you caught it. He said that Nick Wright expects for next year for Lamar Jackson to be probably dealing with a coaching change, a new head coach. You notice I didn't challenge that. I definitely challenged the craziness about calling Lamar immature because he gets the flu in the wintertime consistently. Everybody's immune system is different. Who are you to sit up here and say that has something to do with maturity or immaturity? We can all take the same vitamins, and guess what? You never get sick, and I might get sick every year. What are we talking about? However, that other part, Lamar might be playing for a different head coach. And, of course, if there's a different head coach, then obviously it's a different staff as well, coordinator, all that good stuff. Of course, I didn't balk at that because it's been no secret. We haven't made any pretending notions of feeling secure with this coaching staff. And tonight certainly doesn't have me feeling secure about John Harbaugh's future with the Baltimore Ravens. John Harbaugh shouldn't feel secure. I think to some point he may, and that's strictly because of look how many times he's been allowed through his relationship with the Ravens to fail this organization in the manner that he has. He's failed. You can't call it success that, we've won all these games and more games than most franchises have over the last 6-7 years. You can't call that a win. That's a failure. Because what you had that these other franchises didn't have is a generational talent called Lamar Jackson. What you had is another generational talent like Kyle Hamilton. What you had was another generational talent like Derrick Henry. Zay Flowers is reeking with talent. You've had all these talented pieces. Mark Andrews, talent. And you have failed. When you have that, the win is not, we won more regular season games than this is not a regular season game league. What matters is to be playing when other teams who failed are at home or in Cabo, fishing, doing what they do. Winning in the off season by getting great talent, making good trades, that's great. But the goal of that, if you win in the offseason, which the Ravens have done some great moves in the offseason, they're still failing. Because the goal of this league is not to win the offseason or to win the regular season. It's to win in the playoffs. And that is when the culture that is the Baltimore Ravens has been consistently failing. Do you agree? Do you disagree? If you do disagree, then I challenge you to present to me where the success is. Where this culture, this coaching staff has shown anything that resembles winning when it matters. Now, those who will try to put that on the shoulders of Lamar Jackson, I will present to you that when this team failed in the fourth quarter tonight, Lamar Jackson had nothing to do with that. It would not have mattered who was on the field. It is the culture. It is the tradition now of these Baltimore Ravens. And if we want to be honest, because that's the only thing we're going to be here, I don't hold any bias of what I want to acknowledge and what I want to see just based off of, yes, I'm a Ravens guy. One flock. But what good ever came from lying to yourself? You might feel better for a minute, and I think to a great extent, that's why Harbaugh is in year 17. Somebody has been lying. And if we got honest, 3 years ago, against the Kansas City Chiefs in the AFC Championship, if we got honest, maybe it'd be different now.
We take the field as one flock. No Ravens, here we go as one flock. We keep running till we soar to the top. Come on, Ravens, here we go as one flock. We keep running till we soar to the top. Let's go Ravens, let's go Ravens, let's go Ravens, let's go Ravens. We are one flock, we are one flock, we are one flock. We are one flock.
Everything out of me, they gonna get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that.